Alright, so I'm going to attempt to use this chemistry kit that I bought a while ago to turn salt water into fresh water. So I just got water and mixed it with some salt over here. And I'm just going to turn the element on high. I'm hoping that this is Pyrex so it doesn't shatter when it comes under intense heat. Got a little pump set up here with some cool water. And we'll start up the process. So as you can see here, I've got the element heating up. It's on high. You can feel it's quite warm. Got the thermometer out here. So it's looking like we're at 20 degrees Celsius at the moment, or 18. So it's very cool, hasn't even started to boil. We'll turn this power switch on, which should fire up this pump. We're just going to fill that chamber with water and then pump the water back down again, and then that'll hopefully keep this tube really cold. Actually, I might go down to the garage real quick and fetch some ice from the sides of the freezer and just put it in the... Oh, I really need a scooper of some kind. Let me get a spatula. Take the scooper, break some ice off, and then collect it in a container. There we go, I've got some ice down there, and I'll just scoop that up and put it in a container. Right, I've got some ice now from the freezer. I'm going to mix it in with this water to keep it extra cool. That should keep the distillation tube nice and cool. Throw the last bit of ice in there. And it looks like we've got some little bubble action of boiling on the bottom of that tube there. We've got the good circulation of water, and just feel that that is cold. It's a lot colder. Got to try and keep the hot away from the cold. You can hear the pump whirring away. So far nothing's come out in the tube. It's going to be a pretty slow process, but if we can get this glass container to start boiling, that'd be great. They say a watched pot never boils, so I'll come back when it's boiling. Okay, so I've got some condensation appearing on the top of the vial here, but I'm not seeing any significant amount of steam going up into here. There's a little bit of condensation up there, but I really want this to boil and it to put steam up there and then down this tube and then down this other tube and then into this other vial. But it doesn't want to boil for some reason. It's just not getting hot enough. Maybe if I put a pot around it, I put the glass in this pot, then it will heat up faster. Oh dear. Oh, we've got spillage. That tube accidentally went over the outside, now there's water all over the bench. I'm going to take some napkins from the napkin cow and then mop up this mess. So easy for something to go wrong, even in such a simple experiment. Alright, here we are. It's on high, but it's been going for ages now and it still hasn't boiled. I'm thinking maybe I should put some water in the pot to be boiled, just so that the pot doesn't, you know. Whoa! Man, if I could only harvest the steam that just came off of that thing. Whoa, I think I saw there's more condensation appearing in this top part here. So there's hope. It's very inefficient setup. What you really want is a giant pot that's got just a little funnel tube off the top, and then you want to have that running into the distillation chamber. But I don't have a pot with a specific top that matches the description of what's necessary. So we're just going to have to make do with this terrible setup. I'm really only doing this just as an excuse to use all of the glassware that I ordered but never got around to using when I was like a lot younger. A watched pot never boils. Well, I'm counting on you, pot, to boil. We're distilling salt water into pure water is the goal. These helping hands serve no purpose other than that they look slightly sciencey, so I'm going to remove them from the equation. Snacking on grapes. Oh, we've got it boiling over. Got to boil over. We need it to reach 100 Celsius. That is the boiling point of water. The pot has reached 100 Celsius, but I don't think the flask has reached 100 Celsius. The glass is just acting as too good of an insulator. Come on. It's working. It's working. Alright, let's see. I've got a little bit of water in the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. If I shake this, a little bit of water has started to come through. I should really have watched a YouTube tutorial on how to set this up before I just randomly chucked it all together and hoped that I'd get the outcome of distilled water. You can see there's a lot of condensation in the tube here. We want it to condensate and go through there and then precipitate back down through that tube here. This fancy looking tube. I'm going to have to do a lot of editing to make this watchable. Water gets boiled here. It goes up here into the thermometer, which at the moment says we're at 50 degrees Celsius. It's only 50 degrees Celsius. What about in the pot itself? I'll just let that take a reading. It goes along here with this pump system that keeps this tube cool, and it comes down here and it makes water in the tube in the container down there. Man, this is so inefficient. I need to reevaluate my life choices. Thanks for watching. Bye.